marketing series of 3 sessions in March for women coaches, speakers, and those that are looking to get connected, have more exposure, more opportunity. So today we're going to cover one of the 3 keys to raising your visibility, and that is getting into directories, creating your professional profile, and then learning what to do with it. So I'm going to share my screen. We're just kind of moving along, and then have your paper and pen and take some notes. I'm going to pause in between here and there. And if you're watching the replay, you can just put it on pause and work on the exercises. All right, so I'm going to share my screen now. That's one thing about sharing, it shows everything. Okay, so we're going to go here. All right. So, do you know my business are Memorable Connections? Well, actually, we own a few businesses, but the one that we're serving, our business community, is called Memorable Connections. It's like an umbrella over the networking and the resources, and our directory too. So the whole thing is helping you to be more memorable and being raised up so that people can find you, and you can build your business. How do people know that you're still in business? So since the COVID shutdown, it's been reported that only 50% of the businesses that were temporarily closed became permanently closed. So how do people know that you are still in business? So Stephen Covey has a quote that I love, and I've been using for the last 40 years. Begin with the end in mind. Yes, begin with the end in mind. Stop and think of where you want to be in 5 years, where you want to be in 10 years. And in this scenario, we're looking at your business. Where do you want your business in 5 to 10 years? Well, one thing in order to get there is you want to be memorable, for you to attract more clients, and for your current clients to remember you so that they remember to call you above all others when they need your product or service. So how do you want to be memorable? Is it through speaking? Is it through having a best-selling book? Do you want to be the top 10% of your niche? Your exercise 1 here is, I want you to write down your top 3 long-term goals for your business. You can pause this video and just jot that down. Your top 3 long-term goals for your business. If you don't have 3, maybe you might just have 1. Write that down. Okay, now, do any of these goals include people? Yes, the answer is yes. We can't have business without dealing with people. And what people? What people will you be dealing with? Who do you want to deal with? Who do you need? And how will you make your new connections? Exercise 2. Let's switch your perspective for a moment. Now you are the consumer. Where do you go to find something you need? Just take a moment. What was the last thing that you needed and you looked for? Where did you go? And yes, most people are Googling on their phone, in the computers. Or who do you call or message? Most likely it's someone a friend, a relative, or someone you trust. It could be a business that you've worked with before and you really, prove their trustworthiness, and you'd call them. The next exercise is you're searching a directory or listening. What do you look for? When you're searching, how do you search? What do you look for? What do you write down? What helps you to narrow down your decision? How do you get to the top 3 choices before you get there? And how do you make your final choice to buy or hire? The next exercise, let's take a moment and search for you. Google your name. Take a moment right now. If you're on your computer, then use your phone. If you're on the computer and you don't have your phone with you, you can open up another tab or something. Or, if you want to wait to doing it later, you can just put a pause on this. But yeah, Google your name and see what comes up. And then if it doesn't come up on the first page, go ahead and, you can click up more. Because you think of all the zillion people, everyone's not going to come on the first page, but that's your goal. You want it to be one of the first that pops up. Oh, next exercise, where can you be found? Where are you found now? Do you have a physical storefront? Do you have a virtual storefront? How do people find you in your business? Really, stop and think. How are people finding you? Your most recent new client, how did they find you? And actually, I'd like, you to add that in the chat too. And maybe we can share that information with each other. How do people know what you do? How are you letting them know what you do? And what are you offering? What's your call to action? What offers do you have in place? And what's in it for them? When they look at your posts or your offers or whatever, what is it that they benefit through working with you? What will bring them to you above all others? We do have competitors. Well, they can be seen as that. We have others that are in possibly the same niche as what we have, but we don't necessarily have to look at them as competition, because each one of us serves in our own unique way. But it's good for you to realize what those that are successful, what they're doing, and then find how, consider ways that you can learn from that and show more of who you are. So you can take a moment and check out examples of searching people and businesses. Just Google, check it out. Search by name, look at the source of where it is. A lot of sources would be their website, LinkedIn, Facebook page, news. If they're in the news, that would be in there. YouTube. And this you can keep in mind as places that you can add your profile, or you can submit content that would pick up. And I think that's where incorporate keywords so that the search engines would catch that. 3 keys to raising your visibility. And I'm mentioning 3 organic keys. These are ones that we can do naturally. That won't cost money. These are things that we can do ourselves. Publish your professional profile. So get in directories, include it even in your email. This won't draw attention, but just an extra tip. On your email, your signature line, it's helpful. Help people to know what you do. So in your emails, on the bottom, make a signature line, not just your name, but just either your tagline, maybe your business, how they can reach you. Just make it really easy for them. You can speak and share your expertise. And you can start with just sharing your expertise with a small group. Let people know, those that, there's groups that would be interested in what you're offering. Reach out to them, let them know there is a need for speakers and interaction. People want information. You've got that. Let them know what you have to offer and get a date booked with them. Create memorable events. So you can attend a memorable an event, but you can make it memorable. How do you make it memorable? You create it in a way that people feel good, they're going to remember you, and they're going to remember that event in a favorable way. So you can host your own. If you need some ideas, connect with me. That's our specialty. Benefits of including your business in online directories is that, number one, you can be found more easily online. 2, directories provide the right information because you're the one providing it. 3, directories build brand awareness. 4, directories enhance your business reach. And 5, directories are social. Yes, they can be more social if you use them and you interact. There's usually they'll have their contact information, just use it, reach out to some, and just let them know. I think one of the ways is just, if there's one that either has a business works in a business that complements yours, then reach out. Hey, I noticed you do this and this, and I do this. I think it'd be great for us to connect and see how we can support one another. How do online directories work? Online directories work as sort of a middleman connecting clients and businesses, and that's what we do through our directory to connect. Is we're serving as a hub, a middle person, to help you with that. And you can, the more directories you're in, the more possibilities there are that they will come across to your listing. Trustworthy directories, you want those that are trustworthy and that are maintained. If you can list your business in a trusted directory, then it is helpful as a listing site works to provide a reference and a citation for your business. It said that Google uses certain directory listings as certifications or citations of your business. These are kind of tech words, but take notice of it because you'll see that explained for SEO. Links on trusted websites can increase your certifications and visibility to Google. So this brings us to our directory to connect. So please be sure that you add your business to this directory, and I will introduce you to others as well. You have 5 to 7 seconds to hook a look at your professional profile. How will you make your profile grab the attention of your ideal client? So you can gain valuable tips and tools from the overall big picture to small baby steps you can take today to build your professional profile and make it magnetic. So what to include in your profile? I have a worksheet for you with some checklists, and it looks like this. So what you do is, these are typical items of content that you need to have on hand. And this makes it easier because I know a lot of people, it takes time when you enter a directory, but once it's in there, and all you have to do is, off and on update it. But take the time to do it. It's worth the investment. So I made a tools checklist for you, and it would be helpful if you collect that information and have it on hand. So then when you open up that platform and it starts asking you questions, because once you say, okay, yes, submit, your profile, it'll ask all these questions. And sometimes it has a time limit, and you can get so far and you're not able to finish it or save it, and you'll be kind of disappointed when the time's up, and let's say you get a phone call or you have to leave your office. So it's helpful to have all this information together in one place so that you can get it. So this is just like a checklist, but on your computer, I would highly recommend you to have a create a folder on your desktop and put the information in there, put all the content and things like that. So it'll be ready for you. And then you can start making your list of directories of what you want to be included. And I put number 1 is our memorable connections directory to connect, which you just go to our website, and on the top, there's going to be a blue box that says directory to connect, and you click that. Platforms. I don't know how do I go back? Here we go. Platforms that help your SEO. I just kind of mentioned these are LinkedIn, Facebook, and which is Meta and others. But once you have your profile, I just highly recommend you to include it in those. And you don't, I know that there's concern with privacy or security, but it's at least just get your name out there, business name, and your website. Don't put your home address in there. And have a business email so that you feel fine sharing that. And then I just had a little box here. It's really good for you to keep in mind who your target client is and niche it down as much as possible so that when you are putting together, let's say the bio or describing what you're offering, you are offering it to that particular client so that they would recognize, this is resonating with me. Okay, so again, there are different directories: public, private, printed, online. Leverage your listing by choosing wisely where you're listing it, and point people to it and use it. That's another way too, is if you don't have a website, you can use the URL of the page of your listing and share that with those you get connected with. Networking is very effective and powerful, whether it's in person or online, or just the activity of networking, which is working with others, seeing what you can cross refer with one another, and growing your business by building relationships. It's all about relationship building. Creating collaborations, that is actually adding even more power to the networking activities. It involves more of those that you have a closer, greater trust in, and there's a connection that you've made. You can see how you guys can work together and co-host an event or co-host some kind of campaign together, or there's a lot of opportunities, and it's exciting to pull together and make something bigger than us individually. So I do offer some memorable marketing packages, and this is just like an example of a toolkit. And it also, you can look at this as a good checklist also for tools that you should have on hand. Let's say if you're interested in an opportunity to speak, or just be ready. So if you get invited to share your expertise, that you have these on hand. This demonstrates that you are a professional and that you are ready to serve them. And it helps them, because when they're letting people know or sharing an event where you're being featured, it helps them to look better if you look better. because you become a representation of them, actually, when you are speaking for them. So professional profile ad includes everything that we included in that worksheet. You can see what that is, but also you can make a visual profile that includes some of your branding and just make it easy for someone to identify what you do, what you're about, your style. Square ads are helpful to have for Instagram or included in some platforms. They'll ask for a square image, so you'll have that. Animated logo or graphics are very effective in posting. They attract so much more attention and engagement. Facebook banner, you can change it up. I think a lot of us, we just get that one banner and we kind of just leave it there, but it's like the headline. You can use it to let them know what your latest offer is, or just share more of what you're doing, make it real current. And all my packages include a one-on-one strategy call so that I can see what your goals are, where you've been, where you want to go, and we can get there, a strategy on how you can get there faster and more effectively. And you could always reach me through my email, sandy@memorable-connections.com. I have coaching connections, and you may be a coach that I can help connect you with those that are looking for your expertise. And Speaker Showcase, the same. I have worked with many speakers, and I have a lot of connections. And I'm also putting together, hoping to, have an exclusive directory for speakers and coaches. So it'll be a great platform and, tool for me to refer people when they call, and for you to send people to also. And it's all about making you and your business memorable. We want you to be known. And here's I just added this extra page to kind of show how you can get free publicity. So years ago, when I worked for a couple shopping centers, and that was before the internet and before social media, we spent hundreds of dollars for advertisement, for publicity. And this went for radio, TV, tabloids, newspapers, flyers, postage to get them out. So now there is such an opportunity that anyone could market their business, and with very minimal marketing budget. So here's just an example of you to earn media and get that exposure for free. Get into the newspaper, get some customer reviews, get content shares, and that's where your networking and collaboration could come in. You can work it out so that you can cross-promote with each other and share each other's posts and promotions and content, and social media interactions. So that all comes in. So these are just ideas that you can start working towards and just being active in that. So those that really want to step up and actually get in the spotlight and get a recorded interview and with a promotional video, I'm offering a exclusive package. I only have a couple of spots for that, but it does include the video interview, a video, animated graphics, square ad, and networking support. I will help you get plugged into these mega networks. And so if you're interested, let me know. Just connect with me. This pre-qualification is that we have a conversation and go from there. Okay, and just to let you know, I appreciate you. The big picture is, together we are God's handiwork. And we have been chosen with a purpose and a calling to fulfill. You have a special purpose, and only you can deliver it. So we don't want to cheat anyone by not having you be able to connect and serve. You're a specially designed precious gem of great value, and we need you. The world needs you. We need your expertise and your giftings to be shared. I know the challenges and the need to be responsive to economic and cultural changes, which we've all been going through. And through this, knowing that we must be resilient, we must be creative, to think out of the box and not wait for the answers to come to us, but for us to seek them out and to serve from our hearts. You are the heart of your business, and I can help you. So thank you. Thank you for joining me today. I hope you enjoy, whether you're watching this live or with a replay, but I look forward to connecting with you. So let's see. Stop share. Here I am. Okay. All right. So that's the end of our first workshop of the series of 3 memorable marketing sessions for women coaches, speakers, and entrepreneurs. Please join me this coming Friday, or that's March 10th. And that topic would be creating visual content, memorable visual content. So join me. And then the following Friday, which is St. Patrick's Day on March 17th, it will be how to create your own memorable event. So I hope you enjoyed this, and I look forward to seeing your profile. And once you update your profile piece, message me and I will help you to get into some additional directories that I think will be super helpful, and you can start connecting people. There are connections there that are just really hot and ready for you. So let me know. Please message me or email me, Sandy@memorable-connections.com. So thank you, ladies. All right. I will see you this Friday.